everybody, and welcome back to Noodles at Noon, the show that focuses on things that are not worth focusing on. I am your host who forgot to come up with a thing for himself, but thought of things for other people. It's Ben. Thank you so much for joining us. I am happy to be here, as I am every week. And joining me, as always, is everyone's favorite victim of road rage. It's Noah.
Hello, Ben. Great to be here on the show again for the 16th time.
You're tied for the most amount someone's been on the show. Congratulations.
With Michael, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
With Michael. And joining us this week as our special guest, he's here because his show has the highest rating out of all of our shows. It's Daniel.
Whoop, 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 whoa. Hey, guys. What's going on?
That is true. Should we
much.
talk about that? Daniel's episode has more listens, like, by far, than any other show we've done.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I think that's because Michael had the week off and he was therefore doing all the extra publicity. Yeah.
he was,
making sure that
he was canvassing. He was going
Right.
door to door.
Yeah. He was offering to, like, what's a podcast? He was offering to help grandmas and moms, learn what a podcast is and how to subscribe.
He went to the nursing homes and just signed everybody up.
It's like, here, give me your phone. We're going to download this app. We're going to auto-download Noodles at Noon every week. I figured it was just because Daniel had listened to the show like 30 times on his own.
Have it on repeat. Made my kids all download it.
Seeing as how after that show the listenership went back down, I think Michael should have gone after some audience with a better longevity, I suppose.
Maybe. Oh, ow. Hey, that got dark. Or, I could have, the ratings could have a direct relation to the results of the podcast. So maybe I didn't quite pull my weight. We'll see what we can do this week, guys. Thanks for having me back on. Thanks for having me back.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Daniel, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was a 2020 Thanksgiving. How's that? Actually, it was very nice. It was a very pleasant day. I'm sure all of you, I don't know, kind of did things differently this year. I know we did. Typically, we have a larger gathering than we did. It didn't dampen the holiday spirit, though. We had a great time. Our family got together with my folks who live nearby, who we've been seeing pretty consistently. We still got a chance to do all the fun foods and things like that. But one thing we didn't do when we got together was the turkey.
No turkey?
So, right. I mean, how can you have Thanksgiving without a turkey, right? But I mean, I think for so many of us, our favorite part of Thanksgiving are the sides, right? Like, what's your favorite Thanksgiving dish? Noah, let's go to you.
Mashed potatoes. In fact, because Jesse and I didn't get together with family either, we made 6 pounds of mashed potatoes just for the two of us, and it's almost gone already. I thought it was 3 days later.
I thought it was 9 pounds. Oh,
I thought it was 8 pounds, and that's what I tweeted. But then Jesse had to correct me that I was wrong, so I am a liar. It was only 6 pounds.
That is a lot of spuddage.
I thought you were only allowed to put things that were true on Twitter, but whatever.
No. What about you, Ben? What's your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
See, that's difficult because I'm not a fan of mashed potatoes, but because of that, and because this year's celebration was only my dad, my mom, and I, we made my favorite potato casserole in lieu of mashed potatoes. It's like a texture thing for me or whatever. And that was probably my favorite because I'm a big fan of that potato casserole. It's so good. Yeah. It's got cornflakes on top.
Ooh, I've had that before at your house, and yeah, it's amazing.
You have.
I can still taste it.
Oh, I ate probably 8 pounds of it.
Wow.
It's so good.
My wife, Melissa, makes a wicked cornbread stuffing, which is pretty epic. And we were all talking about how, none of us had turkey as the top, but like when you think about Thanksgiving, especially for those of us who are meat eaters, the leftover turkey sandwich is pretty hard to beat. It's a pinnacle.
Yeah.
Well, see, my mom makes turkey noodle soup.
Oh.
And the great thing about turkey noodle soup is, like, it's really good the first day she makes it. But then, like, after it's been in the fridge, that second day, it's a little bit better. And then the third day, it's just a little bit better. And so, like, the fourth and fifth day, when you're just, like, down in the nitty-gritty stuff that's just been marinating all together, it's, like, the best soup you'll ever have in your entire life. Can't wait for it.
Yeah, it's like marinating. It's like stewing in its own juices. Right.
It's stewing and stew.
Stewing in stew. Right. So, like, I don't know, to kind of move this along, the workplace that I do my work for has an amazing tradition where every year, about this time of year, they give every employee a turkey. So it's pretty amazing. I mean, every year you don't have to wonder where you're going to get your turkey from. They give a turkey out to everybody. And we didn't have plans to cook it for Thanksgiving, and yet my son Ian and I were lamenting the loss of the turkey sandwich for leftovers. And so even though we didn't need it for Thanksgiving, I decided to cook this turkey. And I'm typically not the turkey cooker here at the house, but I did my research, and I decided to grill that turkey. I know it's a thing. I've heard people do it. I've heard people say it's a great way to do it. And so I brined the thing for like 16 hours. I got these wood chips that like smoke inside your grill. And yesterday, after a long day of recording, fired up the grill and grilled that turkey. And I got to say, it turned out pretty epic.
And you probably have like tons of turkey sandwiches to go around now.
We got all the turkey for turkey sandwiches, and Ian and I had turkey sandwiches for lunch today, and it hit the spot.
Was 100% of the turkey that you grilled just devoted to turkey sandwiches? Like, did you have any just like turkey with gravy, or did you just instantly cut it up into like sandwich type slices and go that way?
No, we obviously had some just normal turkey. We nibbled at it as we kind of cut it up, but we got plenty in the fridge and some in the freezer. We're ready for turkey sandwiches.
Good deal. Thanksgiving. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
That's right.
Thanksgiving's always better like 3 days later.
That's right.
You still got all the leftovers, and you can make it how you want it to be. There's so many like, oh, you have to have turkey this way on Thanksgiving, and then you have stuffing, but the best is like Saturday when you just put everything on a sandwich and shove it in your mouth.
Definitely. I think we got a golden opportunity here, guys. I mean, I don't want to jump on your toes here, but ought we do a speak pipe and ask people what their favorite Thanksgiving dish is?
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Now, how would you do that if you wanted to do that, Noah?
Well, Daniel, I'm really glad you asked. We have a website called noodlespodcast.com.
Noodlespodcast.com.
And on that website, you can go to the Contact Us page, and there you'll find a link. Actually, I think it's a big orange button, I want to say. I could be wrong, but I think it's
subtle.
An orange button. That you
Everything else on our page is yellow and blue, but find the orange button.
Yeah, it's an iframe embed. There's nothing I can do about it. It's a big orange button. I don't think I can style it in any other way. So it stands out. It's a big orange button. And you can record a message to us, and we might play it on the show next week. I'd say there's a really good chance we'll play it on the show, unless you say something just so profane it won't make it on the show. But yeah, we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear your speak pipes. We've gotten some great messages from some people in the past few weeks, so we want to hear from you, your favorite Thanksgiving meal. For me,
Indeed.
For Jesse and I, because we went and kind of briefly saw my family and her family, and didn't have a meal with them or anything, just to limit our time and keep it safe. But we had like some leftover chicken we ate, but I spent like all morning just making mashed potatoes because I'd never done it before. And that was my morning, was just like making a ton of mashed potatoes. And then we made a pumpkin pie the night before. Those were like the two things that we really wanted to make sure we still had this year. So mashed potatoes, pumpkin pie, some leftover chicken. That was our Thanksgiving dinner. And I think we watched TV while we ate it because it was a special occasion.
You know how to party.
Oh, yeah. Noah, how has your past week been? I know we sort of went into the Thanksgiving side of it, but do you have any other interesting, fun stories that have befallen you, or maybe not fun?
Well, I did have an interesting, and I don't have much to say about it. I just think it's kind of an interesting story that happened. Right before Thanksgiving, we had made some other food that we were going to take and give to my grandparents, just because, they can't really leave the house right now. And we wanted to just bring them some food. So they live about 20 minutes away from us, maybe 25. And we started driving it over early evening. And only about 2 minutes after we left our house, we're on a 3-lane road and the car in front of me brakes really suddenly. And so I try to get into the next lane over just to get out of his way, because I knew if I didn't shift over, I was probably going to rear end him. And in doing so, I kind of cut off this truck behind me, kind of pulled out in front of him pretty quickly. But, you have to weigh what's better. Should I rear end this guy in front of me or get rear-ended by this truck behind me? So I chose the truck behind me. And fortunately, I didn't hit anybody and nothing happened. But this truck got really, really mad at me and honked at me a little bit. And I was like, okay, sorry, that's fine, whatever. And keep talking to Jesse in the passenger seat. And sure enough, the truck pulls into the 3rd lane and gets right alongside me. Uh-oh. And just stays there. And I'm like not looking over, not giving him the time of day, just looking ahead. Like, so Jesse, how was your day? Just trying to ignore the guy. And I think she's kind of looking over and noticing this truck is just staying perfectly in sync with us. And so I slowed down like 10 miles an hour under the speed limit, and he slowed down with me, and he just kept following no matter what speed I drove at. And then I finally did look over and saw he was flashing some unkind gestures in our general direction. And I knew the path we were going to take to my grandparents' house was like, it was going to be another 5 or 6 miles on this one road. And this truck was obviously going on this same road with me. So I didn't know what to do. So I just like turned in a direction that took us on like a much longer route. It took us like an extra 15 minutes to get to my grandparents' house, but I just didn't want to be next to him. So I don't know what the right protocol is there, but I just left.
Flee the situation. That's your response to road rage.
Yeah. I thought about engaging.
No.
What could you have done, Noah? Hey, you never know. Maybe actually this guy in the truck was a long lost friend. I mean, there's a lot of cultural things we don't understand. So perhaps that thing he was flashing was some sort of like, I don't know, way of like affirming someone, or is like welcoming, saying hi to someone they haven't seen for a long time.
He was motioning to me like, hey, come here. I know you. That's why he was sticking his hand out the window at me.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
It all makes sense now.
How big was the truck?
Because it was a Tacoma.
Okay, because I was going to say, you have to remember, you drive a Dodge Dart. And I'm not saying the Dodge Dart is a bad car, but when it's put up against certain sizes of trucks, you'll probably lose.
The Tacoma would have crushed me.
Yeah.
But it was weird because it was probably about 2 or 3 minutes that this truck was just right alongside me, and I'm just like not looking, just completely ignoring them. But it's like, how long are they going to keep this up? How long do I just kind of sit here until finally we ended up taking the 35-minute route instead of the 20-minute route? And then I think I always feel guilty, even though it was a little bit my fault that I cut out in front of him, but I had to do what I had to do. And so the whole rest of the drive, I was like justifying my actions to Jessie, and she's like, why do you keep talking about this? Like, why can't you move on? I'm like, well, no, I feel like I did what I had to do.
You're okay, Noah. You did well.
Noah, I think you need to try to do your best to like think about that truck. Maybe do some research on like that website that lets you like view traffic cameras. I think you need to just do a bunch of research, find this truck in a traffic camera, get its license plate, seek this person out, and send an apology note. I think that's probably the best route.
Oh, an apology note.
I didn't know that was going in the direction of apology note, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
I'm not sure what else Noah could do. I mean, I know Noah a little bit, so I don't think there's much else that like would be in his wheelhouse.
I mean,
fair.
We have to listen to Daniel. On his webcam behind him, he has a degree that says licensed minister of the gospel. So,
oh hey, you can order those things online these days.
I was going to say I have one too somewhere.
I think someone gave me one. I don't know, but we have to listen to Daniel.
In my desk drawer. That's fair. I'm curious what you do, because I've ended up in a situation similar to this, but it was slightly different in the fact that it was really late at night, like midnight. And I don't know if y'all have experienced this or heard about this, but there's been this growing trend, especially with the current virus situation, where people who love cars and love driving their cars will all get on the interstate at the same time and just kind of cruise / race each other / be really bad drivers all at the exact same time, and all with like super souped up like Nissans, which, I mean, if you're going to soup up a car, why would you soup up a Nissan? But whatever. And like,
I have a feeling we're about to get, like, the comments are going to be filled with the rage of people who love souping up Nissans.
Like, if it's a Nissan Skyline, sure, okay, those are cool, but if it's a Sentra, I don't know what you're going for. But anyway, but I ended up in the middle of like this pack of people who were like doing like racing stuff, and I was in a Honda CR-V. Like, I know those are like equivalent to Nissan Sentras, but I didn't try and soup up the Honda CR-V and then drive it really loudly next to people. But like, I was like totally freaked out because these people like in front of me kept slowing down so then they could like race, and then they would race, and then they would just like pretty much stop right in the middle of the interstate and like doing all these things. And it was, like I said, it was at midnight, and like I was honestly like, I have no idea what to do, because like I can tell there's some of them behind me, so I can't just like slow down. I can tell there's some of them in front of me, and I like worked out there's probably like 25 people doing this, and I was like, this is the craziest thing. And then we got to like an exit, and I can't remember what exit it was, but I kid you not, like 200 cars all took this exit at the exact same time. And I realized that it was like literally just me who was the only person who was not part of this cruising group of cars. And then like from after they all took that exit, everything was like, there was no other cars on the road. Everything was fine. But I was just like, every single person I was the odd one out. I had no friends in that situation.
You're like the one duck caught up in a bunch of geese that are migrating south.
I know. And I had no idea what to do the entire time. I was like, do I speed up? Do I slow down? Do I try and exit? Do I...
You had such an opportunity. You could have just fit right in. You could have like started doing all the same stuff, followed them wherever they're going. Hey, showed up at the party.
There's
What's
safety
up,
in numbers. You wouldn't have gotten pulled over.
That's true. Let me turn off the eco mode on my Honda CR-V and participated in some races with some Nissan Sentras.
Sounds like the 5 minutes when like right after high school lets out. I don't know if you guys remember those days, but like all the like junior and senior guy like people like hopping in their cars and the chaos that they cause on the streets right around their school.
There was one time I was driving on our local interstate, and it was kind of late at night. It was probably 10 o'clock. I was coming home, and these 3 like really nice brand new shiny BMWs pulled in front of me, came speeding by me, and each one got in one of the 3 lanes on the interstate, and then they all just stopped. They all slowed down to a stop, so you couldn't get around any of them because they were blocking all 3 lanes. And then they just waited for a couple minutes, and people are honking, and there's traffic behind me backing up because they're blocking the entire interstate. And then they must have counted down, and then all 3 of them just took off going as fast as they possibly could in like this drag race on the interstate. And it was really weird. I'd never seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
It must be an adrenaline rush that we're just not privy to have experienced. I don't know.
Oh, I felt it. I felt the adrenaline rush. It made me want to cry. But
Yeah, most people, like, when they have an adrenaline rush, they become adrenaline junkies. Like, Ben, you like curl up in fetal
Break
position
down.
and want to.
I don't want to do this anymore.
It hurts. It feels weird.
It hurts.
Try it Tuesday, Ben. Go over
Try
the
it
speed
Tuesday.
limit.
Street racing.
Try it Tuesday. The three members of the Noodles at Noon podcast all go rent a super nice car from a rental place and try it out on their own on the highway.
Yes. Next to my Honda CRV.
Michael is messaging me right now, so I'm going to ask him if he'll go street racing with us.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, Noah, I'm very happy that you survived your road rage incident. My week has been good. It's been very simple, and I like that because I've been working from home, took a day off from work, and then I've mostly just been playing board games with my family. And what you might not know about me is I'm a big proponent of board games. I love board games. They're the best. And my family recently purchased a game called Christmasopoly, and if you can use some deductive reasoning, it's...
Oh, it's like Yahtzee, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like life,
No,
but
it's like life.
Christmas.
Exactly. No, it's like Monopoly. We'll get to Yahtzee, don't worry. But I've been playing this game with my family, and I've discovered something about one particular member of my family, my mom, and it's that she is difficult when it comes to Monopoly, in the sense that if she buys a property, she will then own that property until the sun burns out. And it doesn't matter what you offer her for that property, or if she has absolutely no money whatsoever, or if anything. She will not trade it. She will not sell it. She will not mortgage it. She will not put it back into the box when the game is over. She won't do any of these things. And she like won the first game because of this. And like, I kind of get that because I'm like, okay, you're winning. You don't want to trade any of your properties or do any of this stuff. But then the second game that we played, she was losing and she had like no money. And I was like, hey, I'll give you $150 for this property, which was more than double the cost for it. And she was like, I'll sell it for $1,000.
Ooh.
No, I don't think you will. So, and then she was like 2 rounds later, she's like, I've decided I'm going to bow out with my dignity and sell all my properties.
Oh,
Back to the bank. And I was like, what? I tried to help solve this because like the problem that was going on was my dad had the only monopoly because the rest of the properties were all like split up between us.
right.
So like I'll trade you this property for this property, and that'll give us each a monopoly that will then compete with our dad or my dad's, so that we don't, all just lose to him. And she would,
Wouldn't do
So-
it.
Stubborn.
wouldn't do it. So I guess what I'm asking is, because I love my mom and I know that this is just how she plays that game, and that's okay, and I love her for it. But do your families have anything like this, especially with Monopoly? Because I know that's such a hot button game for a lot of families.
It's real
the
big in
sense that it was-
2020.
Oh yeah, it was banned in our family for many years.
We're
because of
we're a pretty big board gaming household, and we learned a really important tip early on from other friends of ours who we played games with, and that was a bit along the lines of like there are no rules, there's no shame at what happens at the gaming table. Like you can behave at the gaming table in a way that's unlike yourself in real life, and it's okay. It's not a condemnation. And
This
so,
is
in other
coming
words,
from a man who is he has the certificate on his wall, which
Now, it doesn't mean that you like condone cheating and things like that. What it means is you play the game with a bit of a ruthless nature. In other words, like the mechanics in each game that might punish other players or make it hard, like there's no guilt if you like Settlers of Catan. I don't know if you guys have played that game, but like blocking people's roads, like getting their resources, all that stuff, there's no shame. So I think I'm with your mom. I think she was playing it hard. She's like, okay, I'm a self-made gamer, I got this property. You didn't, you're gonna like live with it. So I think she's doing it just right.
All right, I'll let her know that.
Yeah, I'm the same way, and I think people don't like playing games with me in general because, yeah, I feel like if you can play the game, I don't know. I have different understandings of what cheating is, I would say. Because, okay, for Scrabble, for instance, Jesse and I have been playing a lot of Scrabble lately, and I feel like if I play a word that is not a real word, and I know it's not a real word, but I present it in a way where I feel like I know it's a real word and get her to not challenge me, that's totally fair. I'm just playing the game. So
see, but then you're lying.
Ugh.
That goes from just like putting letters out there because you think it'll get you points to just straight up lying.
I can live with that.
Like Noah says, I think the fact that Scrabble has a game mechanic that allows someone to challenge a word, that therefore opens up the opportunity for you to make up words. I'm with Noah on this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm not saying what my mom is doing is cheating. That's what she does at Yahtzee. But I'm just saying it's a very frustrating way of playing the game.
Right. No, I get the frustration because oftentimes when I play games, I've gathered a reputation among the people that we play games with, and I oftentimes am the one who is getting teamed up on, and that can be no fun. To feel like you're being blocked by every other player on the table.
Yeah,
no, I
feel that.
But yeah.
Especially when it's unfair. Not like, oh, Daniel's 4 points ahead, but it's like, well, Daniel won the last game, so let's all gang up on him.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you're like in the back, you're nowhere close. Somebody else is clearly running away with the game. Like, look at them. Come on.
All right, I have one last question. Because no one will play Monopoly with me. None of my family likes Monopoly. That's the Monopoly house rule at our house, is no one likes Monopoly, except for my mom. I can occasionally get my mom and I to play a game. But I just found Monopoly on Steam for $6 with online play. Ben, if I buy this for you, will you play with me?
Yeah, of course I will.
Yes. All right, we're having a Monopoly night.
Okay, but I want to make this absolutely clear that at no point in this conversation am I mad at my mom. Am I saying anything bad about my mom? I'm just reporting a story. I love my mom very much. In fact, out of solidarity with my mom, yesterday I bought a Hallmark Christmas Monopoly board game.
Wow. Because
she loves her Hallmark Christmas movies, and I thought we can play this together while watching Hallmark Christmas movies. So I still very much love playing Monopoly with my mom. I just thought it was something interesting. So, Mom, if you're listening, which I know you don't, I love you.
Which I know you don't, and I still love you anyway. By the way, I did ask Michael if he would like to street race with us, and he just replied, that is ... illegal. So Michael is out.
He didn't say no.
That is a fair point.
Roads have created the mechanic in which street racing can be a thing, so we can't get mad at the street racers.
I've got the perfect solution. Unser Racing.
Oh, I love Unser Racing.
Let's get it.
I wanted to do that for my birthday this year, but they were closed because, obvious reasons. But speaking of Hallmark movies, Yeah, the injury to my spine. Speaking of Hallmark movies, I think we have a game this week that's not about Hallmark movies, but instead about Lifetime movies.
Ooh, nice segue. That's right. We
thank you.
Brought a game here. I was listening to last week's podcast. Good job, everybody. And all of the talk on Hallmark movies. You know, the Hallmark doesn't have the monopoly. The monopoly on cheesy holiday movies. Another popular channel called Lifetime often has a lot of these kind of movies too. So in the spirit of the holidays and the beginning of the holiday movie season, we've got a game called Not in Our Lifetime. You guys ready for this? So here's the premise of the game. I'm going to read the title and the log line and maybe even mention an actor or two in the movie. And you will each, do it one at a time. So then you'll have an opportunity to choose whether it is a real Lifetime movie or whether it's one that is totally being made up. So it's pretty simple. You either choose real or fake on the title of the movie and whether it's made up. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Noah, can you keep track of our score here for us?
I can do that.
All right. Ben, let's start with you. Are you ready? Here we go. Yeah. The first one. Okay, the title. The Flight Before Christmas. The Flight Before Christmas.
The Flight Before Christmas.
Here's the line.
This is giving... Oh, sorry.
Here's the line. So two strangers, one played by the former star of Blossom, share a room at a bed and breakfast when an unexpected snowstorm delays their flight on Christmas Eve.
This reminds me a lot of... I can't remember the name of the movie, but it has George Clooney in it. And he lives on a airplane pretty much for his job, and he fires people for a living. But it reminds me so much of that I'm going to go with it's fake.
Ah, right. Well, unfortunately, that is real. This is a real Lifetime movie with the former star of Blossom called The Flight Before Christmas. Two strangers delayed on Christmas Eve. Yep. So unfortunately, you missed that one there, Ben. Let's go to you, Noah. Here's yours. The movie title, The Three Wise Guys. The Three Wise Guys. Here we go. A trio of brothers who happen to be the sons of New York's most infamous mob boss go on a series of blind dates to try to find love on Christmas Eve, starring Jonathan Taylor Thomas. The Three Wise Guys.
Oh,
ooh, JTT.
I love Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Would he do something like this? I don't know.
Sounds like a weird spin-off of Fiddler on the Roof. Just gonna.
I mean, can you sink so low after being in Lion King? I guess you can.
Hey, and could have been before.
And Home Improvement. I don't think it would have been before The Lion King.
I'm going to say true. I haven't heard much from JTT in a while, so I'll go true.
Three Wise Guys, trio of brothers go on the sons of infamous mob boss. That should have been your clue. Could JTT really be the son of a mob boss? This is indeed fake. So, no, I'm sorry. You missed that one too. 0-0.
He can be the son of Tim Allen, but apparently not.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But not a mob boss.
Not a mob boss. Come on.
Okay, well, here we come back to you, Ben, for number 3. This is The Magic of the Season. The movie is called The Magic of the Season. A world-famous magician must perform his greatest trick yet, finding a date to the annual Christmas Magician's Masquerade Ball, starring Danielle Fishel, who played Topanga in Boy Meets World.
Oh, you really sold it with the Topanga thing, because that's like the career trajectory of most childhood actors and actresses, is they just end up on Hallmark or Lifetime. Like JTT. No. But I'm going to go with true, honestly, because the entire time I was sitting here, I was thinking, this can't be real. This can't be real. And then I was like, that's probably real then. So True, real. It's a thing.
I think this was a theme with the last game I brought about trusting your gut. Unfortunately, that is a fake movie. So no, that is not real. So sorry, Ben. There's another one. Man, should have gone with your gut.
There's a good movie that stars Daniel Fishel called Gamebox 1.0. It's like a super low budget movie about this guy getting trapped in a video game. You guys should look it up. It's pretty terrible.
Nice. If there's anything the holidays give you is time to catch up on really old, weird, obscure movies. All right. Well, we're yet to log a correct answer here, so it's anybody's game. Noah, we're coming to you. Here we go. The Christmas Consultant. The Christmas Consultant. A workaholic mother hires a popular consultant, played by David Hasselhoff, to get her family through the holidays all in one piece. The Christmas Consultant with David Hasselhoff.
That sounds true. That sounds about right.
It is correct. That is a real Lifetime movie with David Hasselhoff,
Wow.
The Christmas Consultant. If you have the subscription, you can go watch that today. All right, Noah.
Probably David Hasselhoff's most defining role,
Right.
I would say.
Wow, definitely.
No, the SpongeBob movie. Thank you very much.
All right. Good job, Noah. You got the first point on the board. Here we go. We're going to come over to Ben, see if you can't even it up. Here we go. This is a shoe addict's guide to Christmas. A shoe addict's guide to Christmas. Noelle, a holiday hater, becomes locked in a department store on Christmas Eve. There, she meets a woman who identifies herself as Noelle's guardian angel and introduces Noelle to several ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future, starring Candace Cameron Bure, formerly of Full House. A shoe addict's guide to Christmas.
She's a regular on the show.
She is a regular on the show, and that's why I'm saying this is untrue, because she is very exclusively Hallmark.
She must have had a second
No, I
career or
refuse to
something
believe
here,
it to be
because this
so.
is a true movie. And it sounds like a gym locked in a department store.
Wow.
The Shoe Addict's Guide to Christmas is indeed a real Lifetime movie.
Huh.
All right,
I
Noah.
am befuddled.
Opportunity here to kind of lengthen your lead here. Okay, here's the next one. Miracle at 1400 Pennsylvania Avenue, as opposed to 34th Street. Miracle at 1400 Pennsylvania Avenue. The president's 20-something-year-old daughter learns the true meaning of Christmas when the White House Christmas tree magically transfers her back to America's very first Christmas, starring Mary-Kate Olsen. That's Miracle at 1400 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Who's the president in this movie? That's what I want to know.
Right, starring Ivanka Trump.
Man, who wants to think about politics during Christmas? Which makes me want to say no, but it sounds true. It sounds believable, so I'm going to say it's true.
Ooh, trusting your gut. That is indeed a fake one.
Well, okay. Can I say that I would have gotten this one correct, because the White House's address is 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
you're right.
There you go. It's the details. Just the little details.
I was like, wait, is this like someone who lives down the street from the White
It's next
House?
door.
Is this-
All right. Well, for an opportunity to tie it up, let's come back to you, Ben. Here we go. The next one, Christmas on the Bayou. It's Christmas on the Bayou. A man played by one of the stars of One Tree Hill from the CW tries to rekindle a childhood romance with a New York marketing executive who is spending the holidays with her mother down south. Christmas in the Bayou.
See, this one sounds so prototypical of like every Hallmark and Lifetime movie that it makes me want to say Oh, gosh. I feel like I've said fake for all of them, and they've all been real. But I'm going to go with fake.
Here we go again, Ben. You've got we maybe need to get you some counseling with trusting yourself. That is a real movie. It could be
so
4-1.
Oh no!
That is a real one. Yeah, you're right. It fits the model because apparently
Do I not get any credit for knowing the correct address of the White House?
Well, that might come into play here at the end. We'll see. So, coming back to you, Noah, a chance to stretch your lead out. This is the Christmas Influencer. The Christmas Influencer.
Ugh,
Noah Cyrus, Noah Cyrus, sister of Miley, plays an Instagram influencer who receives a mysterious DM on Christmas Eve that reveals the Christmas spirit to this cynical Scrooge. The Christmas Influencer.
This is a movie I do not want to watch at all, which makes me think it's true.
Oh man, you guys are just not in tune, I guess, with this game. That's a fake one. That's a fake one. You're right.
Okay, so that's 8 questions you've asked now, and the score is 1-0.
1-0. Yeah. You're right. That is just so bad, so cringy. Like that movie would be awful. So it can't be a movie. All right, we just have 2 more. So Ben, here's your opportunity. You either get to tie it up and send us into sudden death, or Noah's going to walk away with this one. Number 9, Christmas on the Moon. Christmas on the Moon. When a solar flare causes 2 astronauts to get stuck on a moon base on Christmas Eve, they find an unexpected romance that's out of this world. Starring Alfonso Ribeiro, who was Carlton on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
There's no way this is true. This has to be fake.
The Christmas on the Moon.
You say
it's fake?
It's fake, Daniel.
Indeed, it is fake. You got on the board.
Hey.
I'm not even saying, oh, thank goodness for the fact that I got a point. Just thank goodness this movie does not exist. I don't want Carlton on the moon finding love.
It's out of this world. Come on. That could make everybody feel good.
The thing is, these might all be fake, but they're going to be real eventually.
Right.
They
It's
just
a
haven't
matter
been
of time.
made yet.
It's a matter
That's
of time.
true.
It's a matter of time. All right, Noah, coming to you. This is the last question. So we're either going to end in a tie or you're going to walk away with this one. The last movie here. Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever. A curmudgeon kitty voiced by Audrey Plaza helps a little girl find the spirit and charm of Christmas in this quirky holiday adventure. Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever.
This sounds so fake and so made up. And as much as I would love an Aubrey Plaza voiced Grumpy Cat, but then again, you're in my head, Daniel. You were way in my head. I think this one sounds too made up, which makes me think it's real, because if they were being made up, they would sound more close to truth. So I think it's true. It's true.
Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever, based on the popular meme Grumpy Cat, voiced by Audrey Plaza, is indeed a real movie. Yeah. Noah, you take it away. And I think we've all won something this year. A list of movies to go watch.
That's true. That's very true.
Grumpy Cat's
This
Worst
is
Christmas
a
Ever.
real movie.
Yeah.
Wow. I think, Ben, we need to have a movie night.
I'm down.
There's David
And
Hasselhoff in The
Monopoly.
Christmas Consultant, the Shoe Addict's Guide to Christmas, with Candace Cameron Bure going back on her Hallmark movies to do a Lifetime movie. What?
I know. What's wrong with the world?
I'm watching the trailer right now, and I can't hear it, but it's nasty.
Yeah,
It's a weird looking cat.
that's Grumpy Cat. Oh man, nice job, Noah, pulling it out.
3 correct out of 10. Not a bad. No, that's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad. You guys we're clearly not very clued in.
Well, we are starting to run out of time, but we do have a quick round of trivia, which after all this time, we've never played trivia. So I have 6 questions. I'm going to give 3 questions each in a speed round of trivia. We'll start with Ben and then go to Daniel and alternate every question. So Ben, what is the rarest M&M color?
The rarest M&M color? Well,
The rarest of the usual colors like, red, green, yellow, blue, brown.
I think yellow is, because I always seem to get a lot of brown ones. So I think it's either yellow or blue, but I'm going to go with yellow.
The answer is brown, actually. I don't know what that's based on or if that's even true, but that's what the website said. Daniel, which singer's real name is Stefani Joanne Angelina Germanotta? Germanotta? Something like that.
Say it again. What's the name?
Maybe Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanotta.
Goodness.
This is a pop singer.
Pop singer. It is a she. I think I gathered
she.
that. Okay. Maybe you revealed your cards when you mispronounced at the beginning. Is it Gwen Stefani?
It is not.
Oh, man.
It is Lady Gaga.
Yeah, I knew that one, actually.
What in the world?
Oh, Ben gets a point just
Wow.
for saying he knows it. Which 2 U.S. states don't observe daylight saving time, Ben?
Arizona does not, and Hawaii does not.
Arizona and Kauai?
Kauai.
Not the whole state?
Just Kauai. No, Hawaii. Yes, the whole state of Hawaii.
All right. You are correct. Arizona and Hawaii both do not observe daylight saving. So Ben is up 1 point. Daniel, what is the loudest animal on Earth?
The human? No.
If I know the answer.
Animal on Earth.
Okay, Ben can have a chance to steal.
Wait, I haven't even tried yet. I wonder if this is a trick question. Like, I wonder if there's something like going on here, like something. I'm going to go aquatic because you wouldn't think it's normally loud. Let's go with the blue whale.
It is the sperm whale.
Hey,
Yep.
I'm in the whale family.
You were in the whale family. I didn't. Yeah.
I'll give you half a point for that. Daniel gets half a point.
All right.
So scores 1 to 1.5. Ben, your final question. What was the very first toy to be advertised on television?
The very first toy to be advertised on television was the Little Orphan Annie doll.
That is a good guess. It was Mr. Potato Head.
Whoa.
And
Basically
finally
the same
we come...
thing.
Exactly the same thing.
All right, so the score is 1 to half a point. Daniel, if you get this one, you will win the game.
Wow.
What was the name of Walt Disney's first cartoon character?
Tugboat Willie.
No.
Ben, do you know?
Come on.
Steamboat Willie.
That's not...
Oh, wait, that's
Steamboat Willie is correct, but that's not the correct answer.
What?
It was Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, who was eventually ousted by the much more popular Mickey Mouse.
Huh.
Yeah, who knew? But anyway, that was our first edition of Speed Trivia. Maybe we'll do it again when Ben and I both bring the exact same game and don't
That
tell
did
each
happen.
other. And then we have to quickly come up with new games.
True, folks. I was here to witness.
We had even like the exact same questions, not just the same kind of game, but like the exact same question.
And neither of us talked about it. We both independently came up with the exact same idea with the exact same questions. So
10 minutes before the show, they both magically Googled the exact same thing and landed on the exact same trivia game.
I just typed in "good game for podcast" and clicked on the first link.
Oh, sure. Well, since we are tumbling into the last little bit of our game, we're going to finish off with some Florida Man, even though we weren't supposed to finish off with some Florida Man. But either way, we're going to do that anyway, and we're going to start it off on November 23rd, 2018. His first police mugshot showed off his really big blank. This time, he's not smiling. Daniel, what did his first mugshot show off?
This time he's not smiling. Goodness. I think it's going to have to be something like, I think it's a giant wart. A facial wart.
A giant facial wart. All right. Noah.
I think because it says something about this time he's not smiling, I think it has to do with teeth or the mouth. So I'm going to say his big teeth.
His big teeth. Well, as a matter of fact, the answer is his first mugshot showed off his really big neck. This time, he's not smiling. You might remember this guy. I'm sending a picture in our group chat. He's the one with the freakishly large neck. But would you believe he got arrested again? This time it was for evading arrest while on a suspended license 2 days after getting out for his first arrest.
That is a thick neck.
Yeah.
I actually remember this going around a while ago.
Here, let me... I'll send you the original picture.
Is that a wart I see on the tip of his nose?
Is it?
I see no such thing. I suspect foul play.
I don't think so, but I'm going to have to go with Noah's on this one because I feel like, I don't know, teeth, neck.
He's showing teeth in this first picture.
That's true. He is smiling.
Humans have teeth.
Humans do have teeth. So we're going to roll with Noah for that first one, but fret not because we have 2 more rounds. And on November 24th, Florida man tried to break into car filled with blank, officials say. Noah, what did this Florida man, or what was this car filled with that a Florida man tried to break into?
Candy. Just full of candy in the backseat. I mean, I'm just thinking through my own life, and what would cause me to break into a car? It would be if it was filled with candy.
I gotta say, I think we're on a holiday theme here. I'm gonna go with turkey. It was a car full of turkeys.
Just sitting out in the car for hours.
Yeah, just frozen turkeys dripping on the seat.
Ugh.
Well, on November 24th, 2017, Florida man tried to break into car filled with cops, officials say. Surveillance video appeared to capture 49-year-old Stephen Titlin going from car to car along a residential block in Tampa earlier this month, which would have been in 2017. 7 times he was stymied as the doors were locked. The next day, Titlin, who was already on felony probation for a burglary and criminal mischief conviction, had more success when he found an unlocked door. The vehicle, however, was not empty. It was full of cops.
Full.
And he was arrested. Absolutely.
Wow.
Like,
To the brim.
pretty much clowns. Like, you know, like a clown car where they just keep piling out.
Yep.
That's how many cops were in this car.
How many cops can you fit in? Like, was it a bus?
I don't know.
You can't fit more than like 2 guys in my car.
That's because you drive a Dodge Dart.
It's because you drive a Dodge Dart. Choices.
Yeah.
Well, at least turkeys are living organisms. I don't know.
That's true. That's honestly the reasoning I was going to go with and give Daniel the point, which was turkeys, albeit frozen or not. We're at least at one point living, and cops are living, breathing human beings.
Indeed.
So we're going to go with turkeys. As much I would love to see a car filled with candy. And we're going to finish off on November 26, 2018. Florida man charged with stabbing a woman with a fork over blank. Daniel, what did this Florida man, or why did this Florida man stab a woman with a fork?
Wow. I think, again, man, 2018, Thanksgiving 2018, a lot of things were going on in Florida, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is a family dispute over the last piece of pie at a family gathering. Florida man stabbed his mother because he wanted the last piece of pie.
What kind of pie?
Oh, man, it's either going to be pumpkin or pecan. Let's go pumpkin.
Pumpkin pie. Noah, what do you believe this man stabbed this woman for? With a fork?
The reason, or the way Ben said what kind of pie makes me think Daniel's like right on it. But I'm going to say, I'm trying to think when you would have a fork, besides Thanksgiving dinner, would be you're at a restaurant like an IHOP, and the waitress prepared his order wrong. She brought it out, and it was undercooked, or he ordered waffles, and she brought pancakes at this IHOP, so he stabbed her with his fork.
Well, on November 26, 2018, Florida man charged with stabbing a woman with a fork over an undone potato. According to Action News Jack's 36-year-old Kenneth Crumpton of Yulee, Florida, stabbed a woman in the head with a fork when his potato arrived not cooked to his liking. The woman had multiple stab wounds and blood on her head, but refused treatment. So I'm going to have to give this one to Noah, because he did say he did not like the way it was prepared, and he even said it was undercooked. He didn't specify it was potato, but that's why I asked the type of pie, because if you had said like sweet potato pie, sweet potato pie. You had said a sweet potato pie, probably would have given it to you. However, I'm going to have to give it to Noah for saying the undercooked food. So congratulations, Noah. You win this round of Florida Man.
Can I just ask the question? Is there such a thing as sweet potato pie? I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Yes, it's the worst.
That sounds terrible.
Especially when you think you're getting a nice slice of pumpkin pie because they're the exact same color. And you get it from your potluck table and you take it to your seat and you dig in because you're so excited. And no, it's sweet potato pie and it's the worst.
I think we found the name of the podcast for today. It's sweet potato pie and it's the worst. And I think the listeners have found something here. This is a great prank to play on your next holiday gathering.
No.
Prepare a sweet potato pie. Don't say a thing about it. Just place it on the table and let everybody be disappointed.
It's so bad. Ugh.
Maybe, I don't know if we've talked about on the show, but that I have really undiscerning taste buds. Like, I can't tell the difference between fruity flavors and stuff like that. Like, I've eaten a lot of sweet potato pie and just not known. Like, I can't tell the difference if you put the two in front of me.
Noah just sent a picture of sweet potato pie in our group chat. Does that not look exactly like a delicious piece of pumpkin pie?
It's glamorous. I would 10 out of 10 take a bite.
And then you would weep.
Or be me and just not notice.
Or not notice.
Oh, right. This is delicious pumpkin pie. Thanks to whoever brought it.
Well, aside from my distaste for sweet potato pie, who won games this week? I believe Noah won a game.
Noah won 2 games, and you won a game. So I go away. I'm the winner because thanks for having me on again. It's been a pleasure to be here.
Well,
you're lucky
so
we even let you back
Daniel.
On the show, Daniel.
Yeah, right. Goodness.
Are you our first return guest?
He is,
you are.
actually.
I don't know. You guys would be the judge of that.
Except for Michael, but he...
Oh, yeah.
I thought this was Michael's podcast.
This is Michael's podcast. He's currently canvassing all the preschools that are still meeting, telling all the kids to sign up for Apple Podcasts or whatever.
Right, longevity.
Yeah.
I don't know. Discord said he's currently playing Minecraft, so I think he's slacking off. Maybe he's evangelizing in the Minecraft world.
On his Christian
going
Minecraft
on the public
servers.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Daniel, for being here again. Noah, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you all. You guys are the true winners because you're all wonderful and amazing people over here at Noodles at Noon. We hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I hope that you're just having a wonderful week after Thanksgiving with all the leftovers and turkey sandwiches. I hope they're bountiful and delicious as they always are. So thank you so much for listening, as they should be. Does anyone else have anything they would like to add?
Thanks for having me on. Blast as always.
Go in peace.
Your microphone cut out, and all I heard was "in peace." But okay, we will see you guys, hear from you next week. Thank you so much, and yeah, bye-bye.
NoodlesPodcast.com